In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to say when you first call a for sale by owner. I'm gonna give you the most effective script. Why is this so important? If you're a brand new agent and it makes sense to you that you should call a for sale by owner because they want to sell their house and they don't have an agent yet. Probably one of the biggest reasons why you don't call is you don't know what to say. And you don't want to make a phone call and embarrass yourself or not know how to even start a conversation. Now, maybe you're an experienced agent. You've been in real estate for a while, but you just have not focused on for sale by owners. So not only am I going to tell you what to say, after I tell you what to say, I'm going to tell you why you're saying what you're saying, the psychology behind it, the mindset behind it, because I know it's going to make sense to you, the reasoning for the script. And when it makes sense to you, you're going to be infinitely more comfortable with this conversation. So let's start. Let me tell you the script. Okay. So you call a for sale by owner. They answer the phone. You're going to say, "Hi, is this blank?" You say their name. "This is Jackie. I'm a local real estate agent. I noticed that you have your house for sale. It looks like you're selling it yourself, right? I decided to give you a quick call because I work with buyers and sellers here in the area. Just wanted to see how things are working out for you. Is saving the commission the main reason why you decided to sell it yourself instead of using an agent? If I can show you a way where you would be able to actually net more money by working with me instead of selling it yourself, is that something that you might consider?" And then let's say they say yes to that. "Great, I'd like to stop by and meet with you for just 20 minutes and show you exactly how I can do that. Would 3 o'clock work for you today? Would 4 be better?" That's a close. Now, I know you're listening to this and you're thinking, could it be that easy that I would say that and they would say, "Sure, come show me"? Yes. Is it going to be easy like that with everyone? No. But is it possible, and if you make enough calls, that some of them will be that easy? The answer is yes. And the only way for you to know is you got to test it, right? You got to go out there and do it. By the way, I'm going to tell you the psychology behind it, because that's really important. It has to make sense to you what it is you're doing. Number one, you are making this call to a for sale by owner to set an appointment to go meet with them to talk about listing their home. That should be the only reason for you to make a phone call, not lie to them and say, "Well, if I have a buyer." Well, do you have a buyer? No. Most real estate agents, when they're saying, "Oh, if I have a buyer," they don't have anybody. They know they're not going to have anybody. And if they have a buyer, there are thousands of properties in the MLS. So I've had a lot of agents say to me, "Well, I don't, some other scripts tell me to say that, but I don't feel comfortable saying that because I feel like I'm lying to them." Agreed. I never use that script. So you're not like wanting to go look at the house in case you have a buyer. Can I stop by with whatever? So you get a lead, which is somebody that you're going to have to follow up with endlessly, who knows for how long, until you're able to set an appointment, when you could actually set an actual listing appointment today. So the script that I gave you is for that. It's for setting appointments. "Oh, but preview is easier." Is it really easier? You want to get out of your house, because if you're going to go preview, I don't know if you're going to do a market analysis. You got to prepare. You got to get yourself ready. You got to look good. You got to drive there. You got to spend some time there. You got to drive back and come back with nothing. Is that easy? How many times do you want to do that before you say, "Well, that doesn't work. Teach me a better way"? Well, this is a better way. And let's go through the reasoning. First of all, you introduce yourself. Don't say what company you're with. Just say, "This is Jackie. I'm a local real estate agent." Why? I tested this. I've listed 150 FSBOs and expireds a year for several years in a very competitive market. And I've tried every script. I did everything, okay? Not only scripts that I found everywhere, I made up things to see what would work better. When you tell them the name of your company right off the bat, not every time, but very often you're going to hear the objection, well, I already talked to an agent from your company or a few agents from your company. Or if it's a company that's not very recognized, they're going to say, what's the name of your company? So the reason why you don't say the company name is so you don't have to deal with, because that's an objection right away. You don't have to deal with that. When you say, I'm a local real estate agent. Okay, great. You disclosed you're an agent because you're required to do that, and that's it. Next line. I noticed that you have your house for sale. Looks like you're selling it yourself, right? Okay, so we're doing two things here. We're acknowledging a lot of for sale buyers are gonna say, yeah, I'm not interested in listing with an agent. I'm selling on my own. So I already know they're thinking like that. So I'm saying it up front. I notice you're selling it yourself, right? Also because, believe it or not, if you haven't called FSBOs, you wouldn't know this. Most for sale by owners end up listing with an agent, and they don't take very long to do it. So when I say you're selling it yourself, right? If they have already listed the property with an agent, they will say it at that point. No, I already listed with an agent. Okay, great. Good luck. Goodbye. I don't have to keep going here, right? So it's also a way to sort of separate the ones that I should be talking to and the ones that I should hang up and just call the next one. Okay, next line. I decided to give you a quick call today. You're going straight to the point. You're not wasting time with blah, blah, blah that they don't want to hear, because you're talking to somebody who's not very interested in speaking with agents. So I'm giving you a quick call today because I work with buyers and sellers here in the area, which you do. You're a real estate agent. That's what real estate agents should be doing anyway. And I just wanted to see how things are working out for you. This is a great way to start the conversation because people want to tell you what they're doing. They want to talk. They don't want to be lectured. They don't want to be talked at. So you, right off the bat, giving them an opportunity to say, oh, I'm doing, as an example, I'm doing great. I'm getting a lot of activity. Or a lot of them might say, well, I'm getting a lot of calls from real estate agents. They're not doing that great. You may think they're all going to say they're doing amazing, but not always. And you're only going to know this when you talk to enough of them. Either way, this opening line gives them an opportunity to speak. Let them say whatever they're going to say. Whether they're doing great, amazing, it doesn't matter, okay? They're just talking, which is making them actually feel more comfortable with you right away. Then the next question you're going to ask, which we know the answer to, is saving the commission the main reason why you decided to sell it yourself instead of using an agent? Even if they tell you, oh no, I'm selling myself because I have time and I have nothing better to do with my time, so I decided. No, the main reason is they want to save the commission. Nobody wants to actually do all of the work without some financial benefit to them. So we know the answer to this question. They're going to, occasionally, there's a small percentage of them saying, no, they have another reason. There's a way to handle that. That's an objection. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. We may do another video on that. Actually, there are a lot of videos on my channel on for sale by owners. There are several videos of me making for sale by owner calls, so you can listen to those. Okay, you'll hear all kinds of different ways to handle their real objections on the phone. But I know that when I say that, most of them are gonna say, oh yeah, your commission is a lot of money, and I sold it on my own before, and I know I can sell it, and I'm doing pretty good. Great. Doesn't matter what they say. The next question is if I can show you a way where working with me would actually net you more money than if you were to sell it yourself. Is that something that you might consider? By the way, that's like a basic script. There's 20 different ways of saying that, okay? In my training and coaching, my clients have a long list of many different ways of saying that, because sometimes they will say yes right away. Sometimes they'll say, no, not right now, call me in a month. That's an objection you handle, and then you come back and you ask it again in a different way. You don't want to be repeating the same thing over and over the same exact way, because that's weird. Okay, so the reasoning, the psychology, right? We know they're selling on their own to save the commission. And the quicker you can get to the commission conversation, which is really the only thing they're interested in, the better off you are. Because netting the most money possible, walking away from the closing table with the most money possible, is the main reason, and in many cases the only reason why a FSBO is selling on their own. Anything else that you say to them, they're not interested in. If you say, well, if I have a buyer, will you pay a commission? They might be interested in you having a buyer, and they may be willing to pay a commission. But it's not true. You don't have a buyer. So if they say, sure, come look at my house in case you have a buyer, when you get there, what are you going to do? They're not interested in talking about listing the house. They're just interested in, okay, do you think your buyer is going to buy my house? So it's a bait and switch situation. Rarely will you actually have a buyer that wants to buy that house when there's thousands of properties available in the multiple listing service, and that's where most real estate agents go to find properties for their buyers. So this bait and switch, and I've had so many agents say that to me, well, there's this other coach or script that says, can I come look at your house, like you're looking for a preview in case I have a buyer. Then when I get there, I don't know what to do. And they ask me, what should I do? Stop saying that. Don't use that script. Be straight, be upfront, be direct, because that's what people want. Their reason for selling on their own is what you need to speak to. And I know now you may be thinking, okay, well, what if they say yes? Sure, come show me how you net me more money. How do I do that? There's a video on my channel. It's an entire role play of a for sale by owner call, the pre-qualification, and the actual listing appointment. So find it. It's titled Listing Presentation Something. There's not that many with that title. You can use the search bar and go watch it. The point is, again, the quicker you can get to the commission, the more likely you are to keep them on the phone, for one thing, because they're not interested in answering any of the questions you may have. That some scripts have like 10 questions. Like, think about it. Just put yourself in their situation. They don't think they need an agent. They don't want an agent. They're not wanting to pay a commission. And then you call and you start asking them, where are you moving to? Why are you selling on your own? What's going on? They're like, I have no idea who you are, and I don't have time for this. But when you speak to their bottom line, their pocket, their equity, that's what really makes sense to them. And I know that it makes sense to you too. Look, I understand that it's kind of nerve-wracking to make phone calls to people not knowing what to say. Now you know what to say. I've had agents without any training or coaching, because obviously I'm a coach, without even being involved in my coaching, just getting my for sale by owner script, using it, they set appointments. I hear that all the time. And there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to do that if you go ahead and use this script. And when you do set appointments, let me know. Post comments here, right here on the video, and let me know the results you're getting with it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and I will see you on the next video.